I think Dr. McPharlin is an amazing teacher.
She's very thoughtful. She cares about her students.
She's very helpful, very kind.
She's just so kind and patient and understanding.
She is always quick on her feet to help people.
She really knows what it feels like to be a student.
And whenever you need her, she's always there and she helps you.
She'll work with you for an hour if you have to.
She's the best you could have.
She's just great at being a teacher.
She's always willing to make sure you get the extra push to always make yourself better. And that's what I like about her.
Cares about everyone just like she's like a mom to everyone. She's awesome.
And she totally deserves this out of any teacher I know.
Okay, we're at Dakota High School, and I'm with two 11th grade students, and we're here today to talk about Ms. McPharlin, who's our high school teacher of the year. To my immediate left is Michael and Carson, two 11th graders. So what class are you in there right now having, Michael?
English 11.
English 11, and what's English 11 all about?
So we've done a lot of research, and we read a couple books. So we read old books, from Shakespeare.
I know that lesson planning is really important to you, and you talk about a hook. Well, just talk about what that means.
Absolutely. So I teach a lot of different subjects, but especially in English, when you get students that might self-report that they've never read a full book before, you have to make sure that you're going to increase the reason why they're going to read this. And especially if you're teaching Brit Lit, which they feel is years and years and years ago, and that's not even written in a language that they entirely understand. So you have to break it down, and you have to talk about themes ahead of time. And what we do in my Brit Lit class is make sure that we talk about high interest themes that are modern day, things that we still talk about today, and we break it down to show them that they're going to see parallels with what they're reading in Hamlet as well. So the hook is really important because you have to give the rationale for why you're doing this, so students don't feel like they're wasting their time.
The book that we're reading right now, The Passengers, it's about how technology has taken over our lives.
Okay, so the capabilities of military drones today, they're classified in three classes. Class 1 are drones that are less than 150 kilograms. They're the slowest and lightest type, typically used for reconnaissance or surveillance missions.
So she likes to have conversations with us, first of all. She asks us questions about what we've read, likes, dislikes, how we feel about the book and whatnot. And then she keeps the conversation going, so it gets, talks about interesting topics and all that.
You have so many different kids in this classroom, the one that I visited. How do you make sure that each student is getting what they need?
That's a great question. As an English teacher, I feel so fortunate because students get to write to me. So some things that students wouldn't raise their hand to share about, they feel very, very comfortable to share. So I do spot checks all of the time. Myself and Ms. Thomas do spot checks to make sure we'll ask how people are with the content, but then we ask very specific questions of how are you right now? What's going on in your life? And kids will warm up to you, and once you can share with them, hey, how's that going with mom? Or what's happening with the neighbor? How's the job going? They know that you care about them, and then they're able to link even more. And if you can, the real skill is trying to find something in the book that's going to relate to what they're going to as well, and it makes them equally excited to read a little bit more and be more engaged.
I just like that we're learning two different sides. Now we're in new technology, and then before we were in the older days, the Alexa speaker. You can put them all over your house and connect them all together and control them by just your voice.
Is there anything, Grayson, that's good that you think would be an advantage with the older technology?
I think maybe some of our personal information was more secured.
What I noticed in speaking with the students is the types of relationships you have with kids. And I think as an educator, of course, it's very important. But what do you do to build relationships with kids?
That's my favorite question, and I think it's the most important role that we have as educators. We have to make sure that kids feel safe and supported and validated when they walk into this classroom. I want my kids to know the content as well, and I'm very lucky that my kids do. But number one is that they feel loved by me walking into this classroom. So my dissertation was all about greeting people at the door and the importance that that has on student engagement. So if you stand out in the hallway in a neutral zone where they don't have to worry about their contents or their knowledge about physics or English yet, and I can just say, I like your shoes, how's it going, nice haircut, what's happening with those glasses, you can have conversations with them. then they know that you value them as a person first. And once a kid feels valued as a person, they're going to show up to the table ready to learn, ready to work, ready to have all of these extra, more meaningful content-related conversations, but you have to start with them feeling loved first.
So, Katie, talk to us about something that's very important here at Dakota High School, and it's a program called Pride.
Like I stated, I welcome my students from the classroom. I make sure that they feel very welcomed. But an extra layer to that is something we do here at Dakota that's school-wide. And you can do Pride tickets, which highlight students for doing what you are asking them to do. And you can circle one of the letters on the Pride ticket. But the best part for me is you get to write a little sentence about what they did to make your life better as a teacher, something that you saw. It's a really nice way to say, I see you doing the right thing. I appreciate it. I want you to continue to be a leader.
Can you talk about some of the things you've initiated here at Dakota?
Absolutely. So I co-chair a club, Project Kind, which is fantastic. We take everybody in and we do little missions throughout the building, throughout the hallway to welcome people in with candy. We do a big haunted hallway event, but our big thing is inclusivity, making sure everybody feels welcome. And Dakota is such a big place, but I pride ourselves in making it feel like a home for everyone. So Project Kind was just a nice way to reach some students that might not have found a sports or an activity that's for them, and it allows everybody to feel welcomed and loved and like this is a home.
So what might you do? What might be an activity in Project Kind?
Today after school, we're going to be doing some candy packages, and we put positive messages with stickers on them. And then on Friday mornings, we pass them out as students are walking into the school day. And what's kind of nice is it's not a holiday that we do this on, so it's just a random day. And we start off the morning by saying, welcome, we're happy you're here, and watch people light up, even though it's 7 in the morning. So it's pretty nice.
Very good. And I also read in the application about the closet. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
So I have a closet in my classroom. It was just kind of an empty space for a little while. And I started recognizing that students were coming to me before dances or walking to school without any extra layers on. And I said I could reach out to a couple people to build this up and make this something that people can walk into and grab whatever they need. So it started with just a simple few donations, has turned into a pretty expansive closet where people can come for prom wear, homecoming wear, interview jackets, clothing. And if I can't find something in that for you, I will go and buy it for my students. So we'll make it happen.
Dr. McPharlin, it's been a pleasure to come to your class today. I know when I listen to you, you're a wonderful representative of our great teaching staff here in Chippewa Valley Schools. And once again, congratulations.